Hey there, hope y'all are doing well. I recently got back from Disney World after being there for about a week or so. I think I found my perfect travel photography kit for me personally. While I was down there, I did bring along the Fujifilm X-T4 and the Moment Rugged Sling Bag. I said sling blade, don't mind that. I liked it a lot, but I found it was kind of cumbersome, and going to Disney World to take videos and photos isn't really my main goal. My main goal is to have fun and spend time with my wife and my cousins that came along with us. I did feel like I kind of got what I wanted out of the X-T4 the day that I took it to the Magic Kingdom, and I made a video with it. You can find it on my channel. It's not too far down. I think it was the second video or whatever. But I kind of found like I got what I wanted out of that, and I didn't really need to carry it around with me to all the other parks and every day and things like that. But what I did take with me was the Moment 2-liter sling bag, and I also brought along the Sony RX100V little point and shoot that I have, and the GoPro Hero 11 with the little stubby tripod grip. And I feel like those three things was perfect for me while I was down there. The sling bag is small enough to where it didn't weigh me down or anything like that, but large enough to where it fit everything I needed, including my sunglasses and my cell phone when I did get on a ride, like the Tron ride, or one of the other rides where you need to empty out your pockets for. The X100, Sony RX100, should say, not the RX100, not the Fuji version, but the little Sony camera I have. I find that camera is great for 99% of the photos that I shoot and kind of what I'm looking for out of a point and shoot, and really vacation photos in general, because I'm not really looking to blow them up super huge or anything like that. So the smaller sensor really doesn't hold me back. I'm not really looking to blow out the background, so I don't need a huge open aperture. And the GoPro was perfect for kind of what I had in mind for my trip, which was to take the footage, use DaVinci Resolve and the Dehancer program, and make a Super 8 family photo, video out of it. And that's kind of exactly what I did. And it turned out really great, in my opinion. That's kind of exactly what I wanted out of the GoPro. I did plan on making this huge, long video, but I started editing it, and it was going to be 30 minutes. I'm nobody wants to sit there for 30 minutes and watch the same, picture slideshow. So kind of outs that, made one of just the Magic Kingdom day with the X-T4, and I made a smaller, I think it's 3-minute long video with the GoPro and the Super 8 style footage over top of it. I did make a preset for the Sony camera while I was down there, and I'm gonna kind of show that too while I'm talking to you. But for the first thing, the bag is this Moment 2-liter sling bag. I got the green one. They were kind enough to send it to me before I left, so I used that. Really happy with it. I am kind of if you can tell, I'm kind of built like a barrel, so I do wish that the strap was larger, because it's kind of I got it out to the max, so it doesn't really fit me great. And I'm sure if you're a bigger person, you might have a harder time fitting around a sling bag. Fanny pack, sure, you may that'll probably fit you good, but as far as wearing it as a sling bag, I think it might be a little tight if you're bigger than I am, and I'm pretty chubby. But the camera itself, I made a whole review of the camera, the Sony RX100V. I think it's probably my favorite point and shoot of all time. It might be one of my favorite cameras I've ever owned, if not my favorite camera I've ever owned. It just seems to never disappoint me. I'm just always happy with what I get out of it. And sure, things could be better in some aspects, but I mean, for a camera that's the size of a deck of cards, I mean, you really can't ask for more. And then finally, the GoPro that I brought with me. I want to get into more video stuff and more cinematography, style videos and things like that. So I don't know if the GoPro is really suited for that, or what you can really get out of that. But for me, and for that kind of usage, and just general usage for this channel, I think it's perfectly adequate, to be honest. I did put the Dehancer on there, and I'll kind of show a little clip here in a minute of how I edited that together, and also the preset. But yeah, I just wanted to make this real quick. Stick around. I'm gonna jump onto the computer and walk you through how I use the presets that I made for the Sony RX100, and how I did the Super 8 video for the GoPro. So if you're interested in that, hang around. If not, this is the TLDR, whatever, too long didn't read version. The little bag's awesome. The Sony's always amazing, and the GoPro's great too. Do you need all this? No, you can probably take your phone and do everything that I did with these 3 items, you know, perfectly adequately. So it just kind of depends on what you're after. But for me, I took these 3 things on vacation, and I could not be more happy. I'll show some couple little videos and like clips now, and then again I'll jump onto the computer and show you how I use the presets. Hey, so you should be seeing my screen here now. This is a photo that's unedited with the Fuji X-T4. This is just kind of how the standard color profile looks, you know, right out of camera raw. I have cropped it to 1.299 by 1. This is the normal aspect ratio that I crop all my photos to. So this is it. I made a couple of presets for it. This one is for the Adobe color profile, as you can see right here. This one is for classic chrome, kind of close, pretty similar. This is in case you don't have an X-T4 and you just have a regular camera from Panasonic or something like that. You just use the regular Adobe color profile. This next one is if you have the archetype process profiles. So this is what I mainly use. There's a little bit of a difference. It's more saturated, as you can see here. But either one of these I would be completely satisfied with. And of course you can change settings and stuff like that. And then I have one for the Sony point and shoot as well. I have put the 4 presets together in a little pack, and I'll put the link in my bio. And we can go and look at some photos from, let's see, let me find them. Here we go. So here's some that I've taken with the Sony RX100V. And this is just my edit with the archetype process thing. And the only thing I've changed is the Adobe color, and I have got it pretty close. So I know that those profiles are kind of expensive and people don't want to pay for them because they're like 200 bucks. So if you don't want to, I have made this preset for you, and it is free 99, or you can buy me a cup of coffee, whatever. But I'll just show you kind of how it works. So here is an unedited version of that photo there, same one. And this is just raw, straight out of here. And then I made the Sony RX100V preset, and you click it, and boom. Now, the thing with presets, like all presets, you have to, you know, adjust the white balance and things like that because there's different lighting conditions. And I like to overexpose a lot. So you can see I'm at like 1.25 stops over what the raw photo is. So you can brighten it, lower it, totally up to you. I do like things on the overexposed side. And then here's just another one that I was like playing around with. So here is the photo. I'll go ahead and reset it. And here it is raw, straight out of camera with the Sony RX100V. If you go ahead and you click this, that goes like that, and you crop it. And that's pretty much basically all I would do this. I mean, I would fix this a little bit. I'd probably crop it in a little bit so these are kind of more even, like so, and then probably like that. And that's kind of close to what I was at. Mine was a little darker, my original edit, versus this right here. But it's pretty close. You can see that if you do download these, the classic chrome one is grayed out, and that's because this is not a Fuji camera, it's a Sony camera. So the color profile is not in here. So I did make sure to use just Adobe color, because if you're using Lightroom Classic like me, or just Lightroom, you should have the Adobe color profile to kind of edit off of. And feel free to play around with these and download them as you want. But these are all photos that I took with the Sony RX100. And the fact that this little camera fits in the bag that I use, a little moment bag, I just kind of love it. This is kind of the look that I wanted to get out of a point and shoot camera. And if I took this with the Fuji camera, I don't think there would be too much of a difference versus this little point and shoot. So for me, I think being able to just have the little point and shoot in my bag and get photos like these is just pretty much good enough for me. And I mean, like, this one's seriously cropped in. You can see here, and still that's fine for like Instagram or whatever kind of social media stuff you want. So this is kind of how I use the Sony. I shot it just like I would my Fuji camera, and I use these presets that I made. Feel free to download them and play around with them if you want. This one here, just reset it. Boom, kind of dull, you know, nothing too crazy. Apply the preset, and now we got a little something better going on here. Again, we just crop it if you want to crop it, and I would kind of straighten this out. Some stickler for lines, and I would probably bring this down just a little bit so it's not as dark, and then there you go. So I'm gonna pull up now some of the GoPro footage I had and show you how I use the GoPro that I carried around with me to make a little Super 8 video. So hope you enjoy that. Hang on one. All right, so now we're in DaVinci Resolve. I have all my media here in my master file, and then below here where my mouse is at the bottom, we have our timeline that I made. So this right here is the complete timeline of everything here. And this is the GoPro video. So we can see, like, I'll take this here and just this right here. We'll go over here, drag and drop here. So when I play this, this is how the video looks straight out of the GoPro. And it's great. I think it's perfectly adequate for, you know, a camera that fits in the bag and in the palm of your hand. Maybe slightly even worse than what like an iPhone would give you, to be completely honest, especially if you have one of the newer ones. But this, for me, this is like awesome because I'm not like storing anything on my phone. It's on a memory card, and I just like this a lot. For me, it works really well. So we'll put this piece back here, right, like so. And then what I have here is an adjustment layer on the top. So this adjustment layer is what I edited on. So we'll have this. Boom, 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 boom. Here is the adjustment clip, and you can see that I use Dehancer. I set the camera as being an iPhone, and I use Kodak Vision 3 200T is that, and I did some slight editing. I added 800 millimeter or 8 millimeter ISO is the film grain. I added halation, I added bloom, film damage, film breadth, gate weave, like everything I could add, and I added that on top of here. So once I edited this adjustment clip to kind of match everything, I then put it over top of it so it fits, and now all these little clips underneath are edited like this adjustment clip. I did get this 8 millimeter frame and this Super 8 sound from another YouTuber that I found when I was like YouTubing around. I'll put the link to his video in the bio, so if you want to watch that, you can. And it's really great because it comes in all like a package of sound and everything like that. So this original clip that we had here, now when you look at it with the adjustment layer, with the frame, with the sound and the music that I added, it no longer looks like the GoPro video. It kind of looks like a Super 8 video, and that's kind of what I was going for, the look and everything like that. I really saw Bench Heish's video. I think that's how you say his name. I'll put that in there. There's me and my cousins. I'll add his video also because he made one, and his is way more bougier than mine is because he used the Sony FX3 camera to make like a home movie. And when I saw that, I'm like, I instantly knew, I'm like, I gotta try this. But I don't have that super balling camera. I have a GoPro though, so let me try it with the GoPro and see kind of what I can get. And this is kind of where I landed on that. So I feel like, you know, back again to like the original point of the video, but the idea was to have a little bag, check, the little moment bag, a little camera, the little Sony, and then like a little movie camera, which I used as the GoPro. And I feel like this is just perfect. So when I do go on a trip or away for a weekend, I'm probably gonna leave my Fuji film at home and just take this with me, because it feels like I got pretty much everything I want out of it. Now, if you're looking to do something different or more, of course, you know, you're going to want to bring a bigger camera, because this just isn't going to give you, you know, what the Fuji cam is in terms of like video and things like that. So I do have other timelines. So we can go here. And this would be the video I made of the, like with the X-T4. And I did use, in this adjustment layer here, I did use Dehancer again. And this, you know, set it as Fuji, edited it with the, you know, the same 200T and all the good stuff here. And this is, you know, a higher quality video compared to what the little GoPro is. And if that's what you're after, then of course, you know, bring your bigger camera along with you and things like that. But if you're looking to lighten your load and you're just going to a theme park or whatever, I think that the little bag, the GoPro, and the little Sony is options. You know, some other options that you could bring is maybe like a Ricoh GR3, that, or maybe a Fujifilm X100, you know, one of those. Those are all great options that would fit in this little bag. You know, I don't have one of those. I have the little Sony. It's probably far cheaper to obtain one of those versus, you know, this little Sony camera. So that's it. Let me pop out of here and wrap kind of some final thoughts up. So just some final thoughts. You know, I think a lot of people feel like gear doesn't matter, and in my opinion, it doesn't until it does. But for most people, I feel like you could do, you know, all the things that I've like shown, like the photos, the little Super 8 video, even the regular, you know, video from the Fujifilm. I think that iPhones and, you know, the latest Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy phones, they are amazing. So don't feel pressured into buying some kind of kit or a camera or a GoPro or some kind of gear just because you saw it on YouTube. Not that my stuff is like even good enough to like get you to go out and buy something. I don't feel like it is. But you know, it's easy to like feel like you got to go buy all this crazy equipment. And the fact is that I had brought my big camera, a nicer bag with me, and I kind of just left it in a hotel room. And what I did was I brought a cheaper, I think this bag's like $60 or something like that. The camera, you can probably get it for like $600, $500. The GoPro is like $3 now because there's a new one out. And all that costs less than like the body of my Fuji X-T4. So, and I'm completely happy with that. And I feel like that for me is always like it's like a good feeling in my opinion, that like when you do more with less, and not that this is like some kind of crazy revolutionary like photography, or, you know, like nobody's ever done like a Super 8 video before, but I got exactly what I had in mind out of what I had. And I think that's like what's pretty cool about it. So I plan on doing some more kind of videos, you know, not like this maybe per se, but like if something comes up or I get something new, kind of like a review, but not really a review. Every video I've done has been different so far on this channel, and I kind of like it. I'm making things, you know, for myself, and I hope that you like it too. And if you don't, then I apologize. Let me know. I guess don't hit the down arrow. That's mean. I feel like that's mean. But just don't watch it to the next one, I guess, and try that again. Because I as things go on and I try different things, some things might stick, some things might not stick. You know, I think with anything, that's just kind of how it is. I do appreciate you watching. You can do the whole like, comment, subscribe thing if you'd like to. If not, that's fine as well. No hard feelings. Thanks. I will put down in the link 20 photos from my Disney trip that you can download for free, or buy me a cup of coffee. You can print them wherever you like, home, a local lab, online, whatever you want to do. Sky's the limit, limits the sky. Please don't monetize them, but if you would like a print, that's like the easiest way to get one from me. I have a whole bunch of packs in there on my Gumroad account, so try that. I'm also going to put the link to my little presets that I made. There's 4 of them, 3 for the Fuji, 1 for the Sony. Play around with them, try them out. You might like them, you might not like them. No hard feelings, pay nothing, or again, like the photos, just, you know, buy me a cup of coffee if you'd like to. And what I'll do is I'll also put the links to Binge's video about his Super 8 thing that he made, and the other guys, I'm sorry, I forget his name. But I'll put the link to his folder where I got the frame and the Super 8 sound to. Check those other videos out if you have a chance. I'd appreciate that, and I'll see you sometime in the future, hopefully, if I didn't scare you off with this video or bore you or something like that along those lines. I don't know, but bye. Thanks again. You're very, very kind of you. Very kind of you to stay this long, because I'll tell you what, like, I realize that, like, I guess it's a known fact that like 60% of people dip out of a video within the first 30 seconds. So they're like, this is about to go on a tangent, sorry. But they're like, you got to have this like crazy first 30 seconds and you got to have these crazy thumbnails. I'm lazy and I am not going to make any of that kind of stuff just to get your attention. So if you like this, come back for more. If you didn't like this, there's like thousands of YouTubers that probably do a way better job than me. And maybe one day I'll get there, but let's keep our expectations low. So, bye. Hang on. This is Toot Toot. This is my cat. You see him? Say hey. She is the best girl. So I'm keeping this in the video. So thanks. The little puppy loves you. My little Toot Toot. See you a little later. Bye bye, Toot Toot. Bye bye.